Okay, it says we are live. So hopefully it has connected. I do see 7 that has popped up. So hopefully our daughter, for some reason, y'all let us know. We can't see the chat. I don't think. Try to type something. Okay, it's on. So hopefully
we're having some
we'll have
technical.
to watch it on there.
It's been a 2020 today.
Our daughter decided she walked in to where our internet. I'm not be able to listen to myself.
Let's make sure it works.
She walked into where our internet, what do you call that thing?
The port.
Is, and she was like, oh, the internet's on. Let me turn it off. And click the button, and it was like slow motion. I was like, no, trying to get her to stop, but it was too late.
All right.
So we had to go in and reconnect.
So we're not able to see the chat on the chat. So I don't know what that is. So you kind of name off everybody. I'm going to try to see if I can fix this.
I don't know if you're going to be able to. What is a pop-out chat?
Hey, at least say hey to everybody that's here. I'm trying to get
Sean in Alaska, Rebecca, Miss Diana at Justice Acres, Sweet Pea Farm, New York.
Fixed it. I don't know how I did that, but.
Supper at 7, Karen, Sam.
Okay, we're going to have to keep it.
Robertson's Belly Acres. Miss Linda.
Okay.
Phyllis, this is Miss Cecilia.
We're going to do it like this.
Walker Farm Found. Well, that's fine. As long as it's there, you can watch it from there.
Actually,
Donna,
we can see
Shelby.
More anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. Adler Farms, what's up, man? Life in the UP, what's going on? Did you say hey to everybody?
I think I got everybody. Miss Donna, Rehab Life.
I'm on the camera. I feel like I'm not fair. Our chat window's all messed up tonight.
Yeah, well, for y'all that are just joining us, I was telling them that we first jumped on.
Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, Sam.
And we were having some problems because our daughter decided to turn the internet off, and it disconnected us. So it kind of threw everything off. We were trying to reconnect with the screen. It messed the screen up. So
and it's still messed up. We're gonna make it work.
I think all of 2020 has been messed up.
I know. I'm telling you. So, to start off, before we even talk about the crazy election in this week, but how many people actually like this time change thing? I mean, who likes it getting dark like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
When you own a farm, you have to get stuff done, and when it's dark, it kind of makes it impossible.
I get to a point where I get so mad that the time changes. Like, I'm thinking about just quitting it. I'm just stopping right now. We need to be building fence and doing animals. So
Sean
like,
in Alaska says he loves
ridiculous.
it. You're not going to get.
Well, he's getting like.
Right. You're not going to get you love it from people down here. Just like it.
It's terrible. It's terrible. Hey, Miss Sue, how are you?
Sleeping late.
I don't mind the morning. To be honest with you, if they would just leave it alone. But it messes
up the afternoon so much.
If they would just leave it alone.
The darkness.
If they would leave it alone, it would basically get dark a little earlier.
Hey, Miss Belinda.
And get light a little earlier. But instead, we want to change it where it gets light at 4:30 a.m. and goes dark at 5.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Crazy. Hey, Miss Stacy, how are you doing? So for us, we literally, a while ago, we've been building fence, and y'all know, y'all seen the videos, but we've been building fence and moving animals like our normal chores, literally with spotlights in the dark. And I just got so mad this afternoon. I just took my tools. I couldn't get enough light, and I was on the side of the pond dam trying to put a clip on a barbed wire post, and I just told Aiden, I said, it's over. We're not doing it tonight.
Yeah, and it has
ridiculous.
I saw somebody comment about how it's messed up the babies sleeping. I mean, it does. Like, they are used to going to bed not at, quote, their time, not a specific time. It's just when they go to bed and when they get up. So Jennings has been all messed up too.
See, what's even crazier is, we milk at 4. Okay. So we've moved time back a little bit because Aiden's been milking a little bit, and we've got to go somewhere in the next few weeks. So we're trying to just train him. And so here we are. We've moved our cow back an hour. Then the time changes. So then the cow now is 2 hours off. So then we're trying to adjust that. The cow's mad. We're mad. It's just crazy. So what's been so unique
Sweet
about it
Pea
though?
Farms said they've been working by tractor
We
light. We've been working by side by
our
side.
side by side and tractor light. We've been doing the same thing, spotlighting two different angles.
Because if y'all have seen a lot of our video, y'all have seen that we've been working really hard. We put T-post up. We've been pulling fencing line, barbed wire. So
it's just crazy.
You have to have light to do all that, though.
We moved sheep. I don't know if y'all follow us on Facebook, but we posted a picture of Aiden yesterday. But like, we were literally moving sheep. Me and Aiden. The only reason we could see them, the ranger was not even with us. So the only reason we could see them was they were white. So you could see them running across the sunset.
Really good headlamp.
We've gotten, we put all these lights on our side by side, thinking we'll never use these things.
Why don't they just leave it alone? That was my question. Like, why do we have to do stuff that doesn't make sense?
Don't get me started on stuff that don't make sense.
I think we can all go off today on a bunch of stuff that don't make sense.
I said a while ago, I said 2020 is like a rock in your shoe. You know how you get a rock in your boot and you got all your stuff tucked in your boot and it's cold and the last thing you want to do is step on that rock, and somehow when you try to kick the rock out of your boot, it like gets right under your foot and it just irritates you. That's what 2020's been like. It's just been crazy, man. It really has been a successful year on the farm. I'm not gonna lie, but man, it feels like lately, it's like our stress levels up, our farm stress levels up. I guess we're having a baby. It's the year end. This crazy election we've had and
COVID.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not helping.
We're like negative Nancy's tonight on our soapbox.
I think most people can relate.
Oh goodness. So now that everybody loves the time change, we figured out. So how's everything going for you? How have y'all dealt with everything that's been going on? I know that the election's been nuts, and definitely wasn't the outcome that we're wanting to see, and it looks like we're kind of stuck with that, or either dealing with the election for another month or so. No matter what way you're looking at it, it's probably going to be a long, drawn-out process. So I tell you, what are we thinking here, folks?
Like in the UP said, it's been the worst year for me. It's been pretty stressful for us too.
Man, life in the UP, y'all in Michigan, y'all have been dealing with it lately, I imagine. Yeah, Miss Rebecca, I'm kind of worried about that now that I'm kind of worried about that as well. I saw the Michigan outcome. We were hoping for the Jones gentleman to win, and that didn't work out either. Let's see, Mr. Lace, I worked myself to death today trying to get my mind off the election. I got home and I said, I know it's dark. I'm going to put up fence. I get my mind off of it. I'll see my cows, see my sheep, see the pigs. And it's like everything went wrong with the fence. I couldn't get this to work. I couldn't get that to work. Then I couldn't find my tools. It got dark. My spotlight on my flashlight was going down.
2020.
I told Aiden, I said, we're stopping. We're not doing crap tonight. We at least got some fence pulled, but we didn't do nearly as much as we did yesterday. Hey, Dawn, how are you? So,
Simply Jan Homestead. I think I see a comment come across at the top, but I see some more comments. So thank you for joining us tonight.
You know what's so unique? I think more than anything, and this is again going back to the election and politics and all, and we really don't talk politics too much, but more than ever, I think as homesteaders or libertarians, I'd consider ourselves conservative Christian libertarians pretty much, but I'm glad that we have prepped so much to deal with all the stuff that goes on in our world, and we are of the world, but then at the same time we try to pull ourselves away from it as much as possible, and it does help.
In the world, but not of it.
Little Feet, what's going on? How are you? So, more than ever, I think prepping is just a huge thing for us, and it would be huge for anybody that would agree with that too. No matter which way of the political spectrum you're on, we've had crazy, crazy times in our world this 2020, if it's from COVID to riots to whatever else. So it's just, to me, this year has proven that having a farm or having a livelihood on your farm, it's not a bad thing at all. not a bad thing at
Yeah,
all.
we had been struggling with our chickens, and I don't know if we've been able to talk much to y'all about
We
that.
really hadn't.
But we had our chicken egg count pretty much go to nothing. And I would say we were like really starting to stress out about that because, I mean, that's something that we
For the
kind of
record,
like our milk have really depended on.
for the record, I can't stand chickens. I'm not gonna lie. We have them. They just
They're
irritate the crap out of me. They
It's
really
like
do.
if they can find a way to get out, they're going to get out. And then they're going to get into everything. They're going to scratch everything
Like turkeys
up.
and ducks, if they get out, they don't cause any issues. They just chill. You know, they
Our ducks have never
they
gotten out.
literally they will not do anything. But chickens, they want to get out and do everything they're not supposed to do. I mean, it just kills me.
If personally, and we've talked about this, there may be a day where we let our chickens completely die off and go straight to ducks. The only thing that makes me a little nervous about that,
they're not as good layers.
Is they just like she's been laying, but she's not every day layer. It's like every other day or like every 3 days she'll lay. But
hey, Craig, how are you, man? Craig, man, you're going to have to teach me your broccoli secrets. Our broccoli is just our first part is bolting again, and we've had decent weather. I don't know what it is. I just can't figure out why our broccoli is bolting. Everything else is looking good, but the chickens are. I mean, they really are good. They're just chickens.
I got 8 out of the
chickens,
coop today, and there's
we were
maybe
always
15, 16.
We've raised chickens for probably 12 years. I mean, we've probably raised chickens for 12 years. But this is
the first time in years
that they've had fluctuation.
That we've bought eggs.
Yep.
Like that we got so low. We were out of eggs. They were not laying, which they were going through the molting.
Sets, didn't we?
I think 3
Mm-hmm.
of the 18 pack.
Yeah.
And that's the first time in years we've had to buy eggs. But I said all that to say this. They did go through the molting stage.
Which we've never lost egg production in molting except for this time.
Yep. But they've never stopped laying. And I don't know if that was just because our older hens are probably not laying anymore. And then our new set went through that molting at the same time. And it just kind of bound us together.
I really thought about going out there and just taking them all out.
Well, I mean, for us,
I really did.
And I know a lot of people
like,
have like pets,
hey,
and they feed their pets, and they love their pets, and they keep their pets like their family.
They're 2020 chickens. Hey, Brooke, how are you?
Oh, that was a good one. But I mean, you know, for us, our main goal is we feed you, we take care of you, but we expect something back.
We have about 18. I mean, we have about 40 chickens now, but I'm talking about our layer is about 18 roughly.
Yeah. And so I got 8 out today.
We were getting 12-ish to 13. And then it's like when they started kind of going down, they started going to 8 and then 7. And I said, well, you know, maybe they're just molting. Maybe, I mean, they've never done this. So we changed to a different organic feed.
Said that theirs are molting.
But now they're picking back up. I can't complain. Yeah. But I tell you what, it got to a point where I was literally thinking, I told Misty, I said, either we're fixing to just kill them all.
Sweet pea. She feels like 2020 is the new customer.
That's about right.
We can agree there.
But now, to be honest with you, they're picking back up. Our chickens have never slowed down. They've never slowed down
until this year.
So
that was a little blow to us. I mean, I found that to be a bummer. Oh, I wanted to go. I will show y'all this little tiny egg.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I think it's the smallest egg I've ever seen.
We've got probably another 40 chickens that they're chicks. So they'll come on up too, and that'll be the ones that's in our new field. So we got a whole new field. So
how tiny that is, y'all.
It's almost like a quail egg.
So yeah, compared to a regular size. Like we've had some small ones before, but we've never had one that small.
Yeah, that's pretty small.
So
a few things. Rehab Life. This is our hen house chickens. They do get fresh greens. A lot of our junk greens and stuff like that we throw in there. Yeah. But these are not the moving ones. These are ones in the hen house.
Well, and I'm pretty diligent about going to take them herbs. I take them peppers.
Yeah.
I take them all kinds. Like I pick it out of my raised beds, which is right there by home, and I go out and give them fresh. I mean, they don't go forage, but I kind of forage for them. That makes sense.
Yeah. Now our other ones, we're actually fixing to build a new coop, and y'all are gonna like it. It looks really cool. But we'll start that rotation with the permaculture chickens back in spring, and all 40 of the new hens will be. That's what they'll be.
Miss Belinda says she got 5 to 7 eggs from her ladies daily that she's been getting from I hatched her out some chicks. She was one of my customers early spring, so her pullets are about 6 months old, and they are laying kind of small but tasty. That's because they're so young.
Good.
That's little about like her quail.
They are small eggs.
Some of mine are tiny small. Yeah. Well, when they start to become new layers, it's very common to see really small eggs.
Oh, no, it's crazy. Our greens have done great, but to me, like our lettuce, it's now starting to come up. But our lettuce has been slow go this year.
It's been like
I don't know. It's just been
hot and then cold,
crazy.
and then hot and then cold, which that's Mississippi for you. But
our turkeys are looking good though. We're actually we had a guy that came out the other day.
Little
and he
Feet
looked
Farm,
at it,
did y'all get your other cows?
What
were you saying?
I can't even remember.
We had a guy that come out.
Rudely interrupted me.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to somebody else.
No, actually, we're going to be culling our turkeys in the next month probably, this month. Sorry,
it's
this
November.
month. I'm sorry, I'm losing it. Hey, North Star Prep Stutter. And one of the guys that came out looked. He's been wanting a turkey, so for food. So he was talking about buying one of ours when we cull it. To have a fresh turkey for Thanksgiving. So that's going to be fun. The turkeys are looking great. We've got 2 bronze brushes and 4 bronze brushes that we're going to probably be culling. So, Little Feet, I think your wife will stay with the Jersey. We can't complain with our Jersey for sure.
Yeah, I've been pretty proud of Allie for the past few days.
Yeah, she's picked back up. She got a little low, and I think what it was we hadn't had her on much fresh grass because we've been building these fields, letting our rye grow. So we've had her on a little bit more hay in an older field, and we've been kind of putting her on a secondary field just for a little bit. So the last few days we've been putting her on a new field with some fresh hay, and her production's got back up to where she's doing about 2 gallons the last 2 days. So her egg production.
I hope she ain't laying eggs, but hey,
that's gonna be one awesome Jersey cow in 2020.
Nothing catches me off guard anymore.
But she's doing really good. Her milk production has got back up, so that's really good for us, especially since we are trying to freeze as much as we can because she will actually go off at the year end and freshen up. So
we're hoping to keep her until January, but there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors that play into that. Aiden has been doing a very good job of milking with Colby, and our big issue come December, I mean, we would prefer not to cut her off too early because obviously that affects us and our milk supply. And yes, Miss Kathy, I will be hitting 33 weeks this coming the beginning of next week. So, because I'm like 32 and a half. Isn't that right? Yeah, 32 and a half. So, with that being said, we're looking towards Libby coming around Christmas week, maybe a few days after Christmas. And if we could stretch Allie out a little bit further past January and then kind of let her dry up, that would be a huge benefit to us. But our problem is we would definitely have to have Aiden. Because our restrictions at the hospital,
can't
leave. with them saying your visitors can't come and go once they're there, they have to stay, and that's been a whole nother big thing for us. I've talked to midwives about delivering at home and just to kind of avoid the hospital ruckus.
We're not in that area though. We just can't find them, and when we do,
the one that I did talk to, she was over an hour away, which is not good for me because I do progress fast. I've told y'all that before. But I was thinking, well, we could maybe make it work. But she takes off several days the week of Christmas, and that's not going to work for us.
What's up,
So-
Morehead? How are you?
So
Hey, Little Mountain Life.
we are hoping that if I do go in the hospital that week or a few days after, I'm still planning on having a natural delivery as close to home birth as possible within the hospital setting. And hopefully Aiden can milk at least, unless there's any complications or anything that arises that we don't foresee. I hope to be home in a day.
Hey, to bring that up though, you know, talking about prepping and how we're Uber preppers with
Sounds
COVID.
like Colby needs to learn another
I mean,
trade.
that's what's so unique. We actually have a home birthing kit just in case. I mean, so it allows us to say, okay, if something happens, that is not my forte. We've had some animals delivered, but we've never delivered a baby here. So, or our baby anyway. So, but we do have a home birthing kit just for safety. That's just part of the prep that we do. So,
Yep.
we don't have to ever use it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, basically it's a package that comes to sterilized cord clamp, sterilized gloves. What else? Well, a sterilized suction bulb, several things in there.
2020, that's right.
Hey, look, let's do this. Let's all pray that she will just stay put until January the 1st.
She needs to be a
Then
2021
she can come.
baby.
That's right. She can come in 2021, and hopefully we'll breeze through that thing, and we'll be home in a few hours.
So you know,
wife Colby.
so when we talk about how, you know, this year has kind of been so crazy, and of course the elections for this weekend and this week keeps going. You know, what do you feel like you could prep and do better as we start 2021 and ending this year? You know, we're coming up with holidays and COVID's still running. So what could you do better for 2021 to help prep so we don't have another 2020?
Well, I think for us would probably be, I would say probably Canon, even though we're not totally crazed about Canon.
We're talking about throwing away some cans. Here we are talking about Canon.
Just for the sake of having that security, having that food, if something were to happen. I mean, we saw how crazy it got when all of this COVID stuff up and everybody like went and got crazy, and there was no toilet paper, there was no flour, there was no yeast. I mean, you know, we have already seen that. So I think for us, probably Canon, just to have that. Well, if there is nothing else, at least you have this.
We're not big canners.
And
we never have been.
congratulations, Little Feet Farm.
We probably need to do more of it though.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
we have too many freezers, and
if you end up with maybe like a canner or something for Christmas, it'll be like Merry Christmas.
I know, just what we need. So, what do you think you could do better for 2021 after going through 2020? That's Fred. Hey, Hat Creek, what's going on, man? I was gonna see if somebody give us some answers here. I guess everybody's doing it good this year.
More seed saving. That's a good one.
That's huge for us too.
Yeah.
We do a lot of seed
I've
saving.
been trying to be. I have tried. I've tried really hard this year, very diligently, to get seeds from everything that we grew.
We keep all our seeds, like Misty said. Sometimes it takes time. Hey, Walker Farm fam, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every time we go now, it's like we stock up because there's like, how many members of our family?
A lot.
7 or 8. We have a ton that lives in the South. So we've learned to stock up on some TP.
Miss Cecilia said with my birthday coming up, a new canner would be nice.
Yeah.
Well, happy early birthday
And
too.
Rebecca saying learning a little bit more fermentation. We've done a lot of that this year. Could always do more.
Yeah. Fermentation is a great thing for many reasons.
Miss Kathy, I agree with you on if you can't be together. What I will say this: we probably didn't do our part of COVID, but we still kind of have family things here. Little Mountain Life said, "I'm actually pretty happy with how we handled COVID. I stocked up big time early, and still we're the same way. We didn't really have to buy a lot. I mean, you know, here and there we'd go pick up something from the store, but we were not real big on having to go to town for a lot of stuff. It really changed our life, other than just wanting to make sure we're even more prepared for whatever's next." Oh man.
Uh-oh, can't find the calf. You know what? Yeah, the dark. Yeah, we had a calf.
Do the
Don't
same
give
thing.
up.
Hey,
Because
Sonny's
them
place.
mamas know how to hide them babies. I mean, I don't know what the
Beef
deal
cows,
is.
man. Beef cows love to have their babies.
She went off into a big, thick section of woods and had her baby there. Girls, I can't hear myself talk over y'all. She went in that thicket of woods and had her baby. And then we found her, but then she went missing again the next day or two, wasn't it? And then we were like, where did she go? We hope she didn't drown, blah, blah.
That was
Well,
Lily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But so don't give up. She's probably
she'll come
hiding
around.
that baby. More seeds. We've planned ahead on butchering to ensure future stocks of meat. That's all. These are awesome ideas, y'all. You know, I think I have to say the word chicken again. I mean,
We need to buy some more. We did 3 sets of meat burgers this year, but again, a family of 7. As much as we eat, I mean, we don't really go out and eat. We eat at home. We probably need to raise more chicken.
Yeah.
3 sets. So we need to raise more chicken.
Is reducing debt. One thing people always miss with prepping is reducing debt.
I agree there.
So true.
We fully agree with that. Rehab life. I think of that.
Larger gardens.
We're not the kind. We're not those people that buy a lot of stuff, and we're not the people that buy new vehicles and stuff like that. So we don't really have consumer debt at all. So that could scare me.
If you can get something and get it for what you can pay for it up front instead of having to go in debt, obviously that's the best thing. But sometimes, you know, people face different things and have to.
See you, Sam. Thank you. Miss Cecilia, great question. All right, is there anything different that you are going to do on the farm? For us, we are all this fencing that we're doing. We cleared all that area. We moved the pigs back. So our goal is to grow our pig operation in the forest, but really more than that, to bring a lot of our beef herd here. That's really our biggest issue. So that's kind of the only thing we're going to probably do different, I would say. And then we're going to really try to really hit hard on doing a little bit more CSA market style gardening.
Hey,
not
Anna.
big, not like big, but just doing a little bit more here and try to sell farm stand on farm. We've got a really good setup now, and I think it's going to work out good. Rehab Life, we do need a walk-in cooler and freezer. When we do, we're doing a little renovation soon, and I'm thinking about trying to build a walk-in cooler too. Hey, Miss Cindy, how are you?
Postponed for a few years.
Walker Farm fam, we are huge Dave Ramsey fans. We've been doing Dave Ramsey for years. Actually, I think we started back in 07 or 08, so I can't remember. Let's see. Job will be ending in May, so things will be changing around here. Always. Things are always changing for sure. Sometimes change is good because it helps us not get complacent. Narrowway Farm, what's going on, man? Yeah, I think we started in 08 too. I actually do. I think our first budgets were 07 or 08. I can't remember. So y'all heard what we were doing. We're really trying to add more beef here. Our sheep will be growing this year, and our pig will be growing this year.
I can't wait till those sheep have those babies.
The two ewes are huge.
They're big.
They are
but
huge.
They are so cute when they're born.
What's so neat with our sheep now, and of course y'all seen some of the videos, but we actually don't even, they don't, they're just
First
so easy.
It was 2003.
We actually move our
nest. We were still babies in 2003.
We kind of were.
We were still in high school.
So we now where we used to have to put a second net up for our sheep to run in, our sheep have gotten so used to moving and rotating, we just literally just let them out now. Just let them out.
They've seen some of the videos where we just walking them across the field with.
But like this last time, yesterday, me and Aiden moved them. Aiden said, "We don't have any feed." I said, "Well, we'll bump with it." We just let them out. It's dark, and they literally stood right there at this new fresh grass, and we just built the fence around it. Just so easy.
Well,
More
and
respect to heaven. What's going on?
I think
Evan's family. What's
routine. I
going
think the
on?
more you do, just like with Allie, Allie knows she gets up in the morning, she knows exactly what to do. I mean, but how long have we been doing this for? Like forever
Allie's
now.
waiting on us usually.
So I think it's the same way with them. They just know. I think probably the most stubborn is probably the pigs out of everybody, even with feed sometimes. But
Yep.
it's like because you're trying to get the boys here, you're trying to get the girls here, you're trying to get certain ones divided, and it's like they just want to go where the food's at.
Right.
And if you don't have everybody their own pile of food at the right time, it's like they get so sidetracked and they're so spastic, they'll just kind of run all over the place. So
I saw a comment and I missed it. Something about beef cattle. I can't remember. Oh goodness. What was that question about? I was trying to look for the question on the other. We enjoy raising hogs, Larry. We really do. I mean, like Misty says, sometimes they can be pig-headed, like Cindy just said. And actually, to be honest with you, the American guinea hog could be more pig-headed than the conventional Yorkshire. And I say that it's because like the American guinea hog almost get complacent. They would rather you just leave them alone. They're very docile. They don't like to move.
They
a lot.
don't want to run after.
They
food.
really don't. Whereas our pink pigs, man, they will jet after some feed. Really, you have to almost coerce the American guinea hog, especially since Peppa's got the babies too. That's always hard. Which they did a little bit better. The video last time was very good because they did move well, but typically they don't move as easy with the piglets. So
Miss Cecilia asked if we finished the fence yet.
Oh gosh.
We
got 2 more.
close.
We got 4 more strands on one side and then 5 more strands on one side. But it's paddock. So yeah, it's not it's I would say it's the 2 smallest spots to fence still. But we've done it all ourselves. We've been very, very happy with everything and how the fence looks. It looks really good. I might be biased, but it looks really nice. The fence does look really, really good.
I think it turned out amazing. And we mentioned this, I think, last live, for the thousands of dollars that it saved us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so worth doing the research and the work to learn how to do it ourselves because we've never put up fencing before.
Not that. We've mended a lot of fence, but just straight up start a whole new paddock and all.
So Colby really just did all this research and went out there and started it, and me and the girls and the baby would go out and help, as much as we could. But to save us the amount of money, I think was so worth it.
Well, and again, we've always done temporary fencing, so
I love that part. That was my favorite part when
Jennings
was
with the hammer.
hammering on that fence. He is something, y'all.
He loves being outside. He thinks he's got to be in the middle of everything.
Yes, he does. You want to know why he cried for 45 minutes? He saw Daddy and Aiden outside, but it was dark and cold, and all he had on was undies, so I would not let him go outside. He was so mad.
We're fencing to the back side of our pond dam, so this tonight it's cold and dark as it was. We just couldn't get the side by side close enough to actually get a good spotlight on it. So that's why we just both stopped. There was just no way we could finish it. Walker Farm fam, I agree. I actually enjoy fencing. I know people are like, that's stupid. I don't like building the corner post.
It is a lot of physical work, though.
I really don't like the corner post, but like actually pulling fence, I actually don't mind pulling fence at all. It's actually very nice. I really do. It's not bad at all because it is rewarding when you get it done. You're like, oh, that looks so nice. And then when we finally hang the gates and put some cows in it, I think I might go out there and graze with them. So. Yeah, Little Mountain Life. They there's a place around here that sells energy poles. For us, it's kind of hard to get because they're sold in 5 to 10 foot increments, and a lot of times around here they keep them at 20-foot increments, and you can't cut them at their location. So if you get them, you got to have a 20-foot trailer to easily haul them. So sometimes it can be a little tough for us here. Hey, Fancy Farmer, how are
Craig, yep, 2021 separate garden just for your family. Yes, that's a must. That's a must. I think we're going to see that play into probably a lot of people doing their own food this year, and probably even more than last year.
Cindy Brown, why do you choose barbed wire over high tensile? Now, when you say high tensile, are you saying like hot wire high tensile? Because barbed wire, our barbed wire is a high tensile barbed wire. It just comes with barbs. High tensile, if you're talking about running it with hot wire, we do a lot of temporary fencing, but we use poly tape because it's a little bit, you can see it a little bit better. I don't know if I answered that question. The barbed wire does help with our cattle to where if a cow rubs against it, they know to stay away from it next time. And we're not moving solar panels if you're talking about hot fence.
Electric high tensile.
Electric high tensile, yeah. It's, you know what's so unique? When we went towards Virginia and we did the Homesteaders of America thing.
Is that what Joel had his pigs in?
Yeah. In north areas, it seems like high tensile, y'all do a lot of high tensile in the northern parts of the United States. Here, that's very uncommon. You'll see high tensile as a temp fence that's going through a cow paddock. We use poly tape because it's like horses. You can see it better. The cows associate with it better. So our cows do better with the poly tape versus the high tensile. And plus you can pull the poly tape pretty easy without any kind of tools. There's nothing to it. So, but I noticed there's a lot of areas that do high tensile, whereas here we have a lot more barbed wire. I don't know any cattle rancher around here that uses high tensile fencing, other than a few little cross fencing here and there, and that's usually when they're putting a ryegrass patch in. Rehab life, I agree. I mean, it's just something everybody does around here to have barbed wire.
That's funny.
Yeah, Walker Farm fam. I mean, when you think of ranching, barbed wire just seems easier because if you're pulling 10,000 square feet or 10,000,
I will tell you, it's not extremely fun to work with though.
No, it tears me up. I got cuts all over my arms. It don't matter what kind of gloves I have on. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with high tensile. For me, it's so hard to get it lit up, and then if you're certain parts, and you got to go back to your charger, and it does better for us if we have smaller paddocks. So
barbed wire is common there too.
Yeah, and actually, I don't mind. I think it looks pretty cool too. Has a common look, and it helps keep people in and out. Not only animals, but have you ever tried to climb? I mean, if you got a 5 or 6 strand barbed wire fence, no one's climbing through that. I mean, you better have some really good hops to jump over it too. So when we were kids, we had 3 strands, so we would just, you could squeeze in it. But 5 strand,
not doing that.
I mean, like one of my daughters can mosey under it, but other than that, you better be ready to have some good hops or just get cut up.
Well, the downside to that is barbed wire is what gave Jennings his first set of stitches at 1 year old too.
Definitely.
Because we were walking around the back of the chicken coop and he just happened to trip and his arm landed on the barbed wire as he was falling down and it ripped it open. And as soon as I saw it, I said, oh my gosh, he's going to have stitches. And he did.
Rehab Life said, my day job's a prison. They use razor wire here. As crazy as 2020's been, I might start putting razor wire around our place too. So.
And we ain't even joking.
Y'all, we're going to be like a prison here. I told Misty one day we're gonna have our own little
cabin in the woods
commune with razor wire prison fence around it. People are like, oh, I wonder what prison that is. It's the Max Heavy Homestead, Fort Mac.
Don't make me tell y'all.
Let's see. I was trying to keep up with what was said on there.
Yeah, some people are just talking back and forth.
Yeah, I missed that one.
So next week we won't have a live.
Yeah, we'll be.
We have some things going on next week that's going to kind of put us out of pocket. Yeah. We will be back home, but we will be exhausted. So next week we will not have a live, which is why we wanted to make it possible to talk to y'all tonight, get on and chat with y'all about things that have gone on. I think we are all probably mentally exhausted. I know I felt like I was by the end of the day just from watching the bits of news.
We don't watch news, so when we do, it stresses us out.
Well, you watch it.
Not as much. I
Some.
used to.
I don't watch it zero.
Right.
I don't watch it any. So today, just turning it on bits and pieces has me like my brain mentally fried today. And you know, so I was like, oh my
Like
gosh.
for some of you here,
I just want to go get in the bathtub and then just go to bed.
For some of you here,
we're
though,
not going to be here next week, so we did not want to miss y'all 2 weeks in a row.
For some of y'all that's in like swing states and ones that get hit all the time with ads and stuff, I couldn't imagine, you know, us in the SIP down here.
We kind of already knew ours.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have
we
the
call
big
ours
ads.
easy. Pray justice prevails. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Had I not been pregnant, my deal would have been to fast through this whole thing, but that's probably not the wisest decision, being that I'm almost 8 months pregnant. So,
Well, it's going to be a long next few days and weeks. That's really what it comes down to. Well, and you never know what's going to take place. Yeah, Sandy Brown being in California, I imagine y'all too. Yeah, Low Mountain Life, y'all get hit pretty hard too, being in Ohio especially. Goodness gracious. Yeah,
couldn't imagine that.
Again, not trying to get so political, but it's amazing to me how my YouTube feed was all one sided the whole time. And I don't know if it's just who bought the ads, but we got a lot on our YouTube feed this year. That was the first time we've ever really got a lot on our YouTube feed. The ads were very political, and I've not had that a lot. So
my family is still out in Cali, so glad I got out. Yeah, that's one place you could pay me $1 million and I'd be like, sorry, I ain't going. You can keep your money.
Yeah, that's one good thing about where we live. We don't really when the crap hits the fan, usually Mississippi is the last place people are like, well, they got good stuff there, so let's go there. Let's find out what they have. Usually Mississippi is like, is that even a state? We don't even get named on the hurricane stations or anything like that. So, you know, they don't even think about us. So, oh, goodness.
Well,
landmass. That's right. We are a landmass. That's about what we get called. Last time we got called Minnesota. For all you Minnesota folks, we were on the last hurricane. They said, the MS they saw, they're like, that's Minnesota. Minnesota is going to get hit. And I was thinking, man, we're
they had MI.
Opposite.
Was it MI they had on there, which is not even Minnesota? That's
They said Michigan, but first they called us Minnesota. I said, boy, they are way off.
Y'all better study your maps just a little bit harder.
Everybody wonders, is Mississippi even a state? Oh, goodness. Geography, that's about right. Rebecca Stanley, again, that's got to be tough. I couldn't imagine. Doing redneck things like your name. Welcome. We are kind of ended, but thank you for coming on. Let's see. So no Max next week. That's right. So we were literally not have a live next week. So we should be doing a live the next, and we're going to try to have a video for Wednesday of next week too. So we'll see what happens. So we have a good little video coming out tomorrow, so I think y'all will like it as well. And it doesn't have any stress and politics in it. So so if you were looking for something to watch, we'll have a good video for you to watch tomorrow. Just being quiet, trying to watch the chat.
I was reading some.
I know, I was trying to catch up myself.
Thinking about how I can't wait to get away from politics and stuff myself.
Yeah, Little Mountain Life. I think that the benefit, no matter what happens, I mean, again, we all have we have opinion on what we want the president to be, but one good thing about having the two sets of government, it allows us to not have crazy taxes or crazy reform in one way or the other. So that does kind of help to say, okay, if it's not what we want, at least we'll be able to have a balance to where maybe we won't go crazy. So. Night little feet. Yeah, we could definitely go and hide in the
Checks and
cabin.
balances. Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything as honest people in our government anyway, but checks and balances does make me feel a little bit better to have somewhat of security there.
Yeah, when there's not corruption going on.
Yeah. So.
Because money can always make things go south.
And that's in any politics, even local politics as well. Hey Marie, how are you? Yes, we do follow Thomas Massey. I always like watching or seeing what he posts. So we kind of keep up with him as well. Our kids are going crazy over there, so one's ready to go to sleep. I agree, Little Mountain Life. I like watching what he keeps up with. What's so funny is here we have a lot of farming congressmen in Mississippi, but the only thing is they're conventional ag, so they tend to not
Thank you, Anna. You have a good night.
Look at how we look
Turn
at things.
the news off, Lord.
Well, I'm glad Adler sent you. We like Adler Farms. He's a great guy. He was on here a while ago. So I think we're going to wrap it up for the night, though. Get off here. Y'all can go back and watch your news stations and get a little bit more stress
turn it
for the
off.
night.
Y'all go to bed. That's what I'm doing. I don't think my brain can tolerate anymore.
Well,
we'll miss y'all next week.
Yeah.
So we'll miss chatting with y'all next week. We'll be putting, like Colby said, some videos out. We'll be putting some stuff in our news feed on Facebook and Instagram. And I think the next time we get with y'all, man, we'll be getting closer and closer to baby day.
Hey, the bottom line is, when you feel like you're stressed, what you need to do is just put your Christmas tree up. Make yourself feel better. Put your stockings, hang them up, drink a cup of coffee, sit by the fire. It does make your day a little bit better. We put our tree up.
Our tree is up, and
It looks pretty good.
And we put up our stockings.
And our stockings. So
we barely fit all the stockings on the fireplace mantle.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Mama
right.
made Libby's.
We really can't fit another one on the stocking. I mean, on the mantle. If we literally do, they're going to just take mine off. Period.
we did say that if there was to be another baby in the future, we would have to kick ourselves out just to fit the next baby stocking up. But we're not shooting for that. Not till after Thanksgiving. Well, we do a lot of decorating.
So we just wrap Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's just time of enjoyment.
Well, this is the thing. If we wait until after Thanksgiving, I spend days decorating, and I'm not going to do that to keep it up for 2 or 3 weeks. Like, if I'm going to go all out and decorate, I'm going to enjoy it for several weeks, and not feel like I spent all this time putting it up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I got to take it all down. So not doing that.
If 2021 is anything like 2020, we're just going to leave our Christmas tree up all year round. It'd be just a staple in the living room.
If you have another baby, bunk beds everywhere. You're right there.
Oh,
I
goodness.
keep my tree up at least to the middle of January. We usually keep ours up until a little after the first of the year. But with baby Libby coming this year, I'm not sure how that'll affect
We'll grab
things.
it down pretty quickly.
I'm not sure how that'll affect cleaning up things, just depending on, like we said, when she comes and how long we're in the hospital and how I recover and when you go back to work and all that stuff. So anyway.
All right, guys. Well, thank y'all so much for coming on. Crazy night. I hope that your day, week will be good because, I know it's been a lot of stress in the world and in the news. So keep the faith, keep enjoying homesteading, and look at your farm, look at your Christmas tree, and of course, look at your family. So,
Happy homesteading.
she wants to get that in every time. Say it again.
Happy homesteading, y'all.
Happy homesteading, y'all.